Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maritza and I've been super MIA and I apologize for that. I've been working on so many multiple projects. For those of you who don't know, I am a Christian freelance writer, so I work with many different ministries and I am a content creator for them. I'm actually also working on my son's book. I'm actually helping him become a self-published author, which is very exciting and very cool. And I have an announcement. I've been working on, if you look at my previous videos, I am working on a 12-month prayer journal, but I have decided to change it. Instead of it being a 12-month prayer journal, I want to make it a 12-week. Just because, well, I'll go ahead and discuss the changes on another video. But today, I want to talk about triggers. What are triggers in the case of sexual abuse survivors? This is very important because I will be mentioning this in the 12-week prayer journal devotional for sexual abuse survivors. A lot of us go through triggers, but we don't know what they really are. I want you to think about this. Your mind will not register something that it hasn't already learned. Like your eyes cannot see something that you haven't been trained to see. So when you think about triggers, think about a moment when you go into a restaurant and you smell a certain cologne, or just a smell takes you back to a memory of sexual abuse, or it just takes you back to a memory of your perpetrator, right? Or when you're in your office, you're working or anywhere, and someone just taps you on the shoulder and you do this and you're just startled. Those are triggers. It's not something that you can control. And the reason why I want to mention this, and it's so important for us to become educated on this topic, is because I was never taught. I was never told how to respond to triggers. We need to know how to respond, and we need to know how to detect when they happen. Let me tell you this: you cannot control a trigger. Like, there's no way for you to control it. But when you are experiencing that flashback, or that moment that, that it takes you back to a sexual abuse, or it takes you back to the presence of your perpetrator, the one thing that you can do is control how you respond to that. And what do? It's a lot of self-talk. You need to talk to yourself. You need to tell yourself you are safe. You are in a safe place. Your mind is when you are experiencing a trigger, your mind is there. You need to grab your mind and tell yourself, hey, you are safe. You're in a safe place. You're not there anymore. You are loved. You are worthy. It wasn't your fault. You have to walk yourself through that. You have to talk to yourself because it's a constant thing. And one of the things that I want to get across, if you are a sexual abuse survivor and you've ever been told, let's say you communicate to someone that you had a trigger. Oh, I had a flashback of, this happening, or I still think about this sometimes, or I smell a certain smell and, or taste some kind of food and it reminds me of this person. Don't ever allow someone to tell you like, oh, you're not over it yet. Like, how can, it's been so long, why is it that you're not over it? It's just, it's done. When someone responds to you that way and tells you something like that, I just want you to think about one thing. Your healing journey is your healing journey, and healing, there's no actual date when it's like, okay, in June 7th of 2020, you're going to be completely healed. It just doesn't work that way. Your brain, when you go through sexual abuse trauma, there's parts of the brain that were affected, and for that to just heal, or for you to begin to, walk a healing journey, or you're on your healing journey, everything takes time to, to work properly. When I was young, I didn't know this, but when I was young and I went through my sexual abuse, I didn't know until now that it really affected my ability to learn, to really understand things, to really, it just hindered my ability, because I always felt stressed, or I just always felt like dissociated. So when I was in a learning environment, I wasn't really paying attention. I wasn't there. It really affected my ability to learn. And so what I'm here to tell you is that have a little bit of extend kindness to yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. And if you have those people in your life telling you, why aren't you over it? You need to shun those people respectfully, nicely, and kindly. And you need to remind yourself that your journey is your journey. You need to have ownership of that. Your healing process takes time. And for my fellow Christians, Just because you have God in your life and because you have prayer as a weapon does not mean that you're going to be instantly healed if you're a sexual abuse survivor. Can God heal you instantly? Absolutely. God can do anything. God can heal you in a day. God can heal you in a second. But I've learned throughout my own journey that the best moments have been not with instant miracles, because let's say I give my son something that he really wants and I give it to him like this. Let's say today he asked me, Mom, I want a Lego toy. And I immediately respond to that and I take him to Walmart or Target and I get him the toy. It's an instant thing. There is no process of appreciation. There's no process of, wow, I'm so grateful. He didn't go through a process of waiting. He didn't go through a waiting period. He didn't go through a process of, okay, longing and, oh my gosh, I really want this. I'm going to work hard for this. He didn't have a journey. It was just an instant miracle. And I've learned that God, he doesn't want to give you an instant miracle. Can he? Absolutely. But when it comes to healing, it is so powerful to go through a healing process, because when you begin to overcome little hurdles that you struggled, that you battled every day, that it took you prayer moments, it took you getting on your knees, it took fasting, you are so empowered when you're like, wow, I did all these things and I was able to overcome. And it builds your character. The process builds your character. It builds, the way you respond to things. You change, you evolve. So appreciate your process, appreciate your journey, and don't allow anyone to belittle what you're going through and how how you are responding. Sometimes we don't always respond the way we should to certain triggers or to certain memories. We dive into it, we play around with the thought, we entertain it. And so don't be hard on yourself. Your healing journey is your healing journey. And I just want to go ahead and take this time to pray for you and ask God that he is with you. He is amid your struggle, amid your battle, and he will not forsake you. He will not leave you alone, and he's there with you. Just hang on, continue to fight the good fight of faith, and I'll see you soon. God bless.